In the year 2000, this company was worth $5 billion. It had 9,000 stores. Almost every family in America walked through its doors. And it was offered the chance to buy a tiny startup called Netflix for $50 million. They said no. This is the story of the greatest missed opportunity in business history. Blockbuster opened its first store in Dallas, Texas in 1985. The idea was simple: a giant store where you could rent any movie you wanted. It exploded. Within a decade, Blockbuster was everywhere. At its peak, it opened a new store almost every single day. For millions of people, Friday night meant one thing: a trip to Blockbuster. It felt unstoppable. But the seed of its destruction was already planted in the way it made its money. Here's the uncomfortable truth about Blockbuster. A huge part of its profit didn't come from renting movies. It came from punishing customers who returned them late. Late fees brought in hundreds of millions of dollars a year. Customers hated it, but Blockbuster was addicted to it. And that addiction blinded them. Because while Blockbuster was busy charging people a few dollars for a late tape, two men were building a company designed to make late fees extinct. In 1997, Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph founded Netflix. The concept was radical. No stores, no late fees. You picked movies online and DVDs arrived in your mailbox. Keep them as long as you want. It was everything Blockbuster wasn't. But in the beginning, Netflix was tiny. It was losing money, and it needed a partner to survive. So they made a bold decision. They would offer to sell the entire company to the giant that dominated their industry. In the year 2000, the founders of Netflix flew to Dallas to meet Blockbuster's leadership. Their pitch was simple: buy us for $50 million and we'll run your online business for you. What happened next became legendary. According to those in the room, Blockbuster's executives could barely hold back their laughter. To them, Netflix was a joke, a niche little mail service. They turned it down, $50 million. Today, Netflix is worth hundreds of billions. It may be the most expensive no in corporate history. But here's what most people don't know. Blockbuster wasn't doomed yet. Years later, a new CEO, John Antioco, actually saw the danger coming. He launched an online service. He killed the hated late fees. It was working. Subscribers were pouring in, and Netflix was scared. Blockbuster had one real chance to win. And then it destroyed that chance with its own hands. Not because of Netflix, because of a war inside its own boardroom. Fighting the online strategy was one of the most feared investors in America, a man who believed Blockbuster was spending too much to modernize. The pressure worked. The CEO who had the vision to fight Netflix was pushed out. A new leader took over, cut the online investment, and brought back the very thing customers hated. In trying to protect short-term profit, Blockbuster killed its own future. Netflix, watching from the sidelines, couldn't believe its luck. From there, the fall was brutal. Streaming arrived, and Netflix was already years ahead. Blockbuster's thousands of stores became a weight it couldn't carry. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. The 9,000 stores vanished, one by one. Today, only a single Blockbuster store remains on Earth in Bend, Oregon, a museum to a fallen giant. Blockbuster didn't die because of Netflix. It died because it was so successful, it couldn't imagine the world changing. It protected its late fees instead of its future. It laughed at a small idea that would become an empire. Every giant that falls, falls the same way, by believing it's too big to fall. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe. Every week we break down another giant that thought it was invincible. Because the next Blockbuster is always closer than anyone thinks.